Eddie's soldiers. So this week I have decided to talk about something that I really think needs to be addressed. Dear YA novels, I have a bone to pick with you. We've been in a relationship for a while now, multiple relationships, and I feel like there's a couple things that we need to go over for this to keep working out. Number one. Now, of course, every YA novel has to have some sort of romance plotline because, let's be honest, if it didn't, who the heck would read it? I love a good romance plot, but the tense atmosphere, the longingly looking at someone while doing something else. But there's one thing that really defines it as standing out from regular romances, and that is the time span in which these romances take place. It just baffles me that over the course of a week or like a couple weeks, like 2 to 3 weeks tops, that this entire romance just blooms and blossoms into something that at the very end of the novel it's like, oh, I can't bear to be without you, oh no, I will die for you, even though I met you like 3 days ago and you were kind of a jerk to me for like those first 2. But I do have some examples of some good relationship terms that I think are more realistic and definitely have more to do with just a, oh my god, he's like so hot and like I can't wait for him to like come over here because I'm already in love with him. First one I'm gonna mention is an amazing book by author Rainbow Rowell, which is Fangirl. It's one of my favorite books. It's so funny, it's so well written, and the female lead Kath and the boy lead Levi take more than like 3 days to fall in love. I mean, they do meet at the very first chapter, spoiler, but it's not a romantic relationship in the sense. For a good like maybe 5 months, it takes place over the span of a school semester. So, you know, that's what, 8 months, 9 months, something like that. But it takes a good long time for it to get started, which I definitely like. Another great real relationship length would be the one in possibly my favorite book series ever. I don't want to say my exact favorite because there's a lot, but regardless. It's called Strange Angels by Lily St. Croix, and it's an amazing paranormal YA series. And I loved the romance line in this one because it's just so, it's so real, and it's so what would actually be happening under a series of crises in a paranormal setting. It takes a good like 3 books before the romance actually happens. It's a 5-book series, which I think is great because usually everything just happens in the first book and then it's like, ah, la-di-da-di-da for the rest. But it takes a good time to build up, and then it's not like, oh, I'm suddenly not interested in you. It's actually a full relationship full of wonders and worries and tension between all 3 characters that makes it a really, really good romantic triangle. The last example I'm going to mention is for the series Divergent. The romantic relationship in that series was very well done because the first book was you know, about finding 4 and all the true love and stuff, but the way that it progressed throughout the first and the second novel was really good. Like, I have responsibilities and you have responsibilities, so those are our first priorities, but like we still love each other. But that's a little bit like not on the plate right now, you know what I mean? Number 2, villains telling evil plans. If you were a villain, would you seriously stand in front of someone and do a monologue on, oh yes, well now I've captured you because I wanted that money that your father was supposed to send me but sent you instead, and I'm feeling bitter, so I trapped you in this room. And like, really? Like, who does that? I wouldn't do that. Would you do that? Please tell me that everyone here on my channel is smart. I feel like smart people wouldn't do that. Relating to that last thing, dumb villains. You're a villain. Your whole life is focused on taking down or killing the hero of the story. Why in the world would you not plan everything? Like, wouldn't you plan everything? When you look over all the loopholes that could possibly come up, you would check all the escape routes. You would make sure that they all have guards. You make sure that your guards are well trained. Number 4. What's number 4? Wait, I have a list. This actually is hilarious because I'm trying to look at my laptop like, what does that say? I can't read it because it's across the room. Details from too far away. The main character, usually a girl, not always, but usually a girl in YA, will walk into a room and see the love interest, or the villain, or whomever that is very important. And she'll notice things that probably I would not notice about the person at first glance. Often have you read that a girl walks into the room, or from across the table, this person can see what color eyes this person has. Like, unless you already know that, you can probably tell if they're like light or dark, but like how can you tell, oh, they're such a bottle blue? Or, oh, the chocolate pools of his eyes were swimming from across the table, or across the room, or why don't we say like across the ocean? Oh yeah, the sun was glinting off his eyes and that's why I went blind from looking at the waves. What? Number 5. At least I think it's number 5. I sure hope it's number 5. Or names that people think mix with popular guys. I don't really understand this. Like, there's only a handful of names in YA of the hot guy. The one that I have been complaining about for years to anyone who will listen is Lucas. Or any version of Lucas. Lucas, Luke, Luca, anything like that is always a stereotypical hot guy who is opposing the main character. Is there no other name? Is Lucas just like the number 1 of the US names and that's why that's the first one that comes up on baby naming websites? The ones that I have written here are Caleb, Jordan, Derek, who's usually the dark, brooding one, Dante, which is usually the paranormal one, who's usually like a vampire or a demon or something, Kai, which is now becoming way more popular, and Noah, which is just a stereotypical hot guy name no matter what country you go to. Can you see my laptop? Isn't it cool? Number 6 complaint. Dear white Caucasian YA authors, you need to start adding some racial diversity. How hard is it really? I mean, you do a little bit of research on a culture you don't know. You probably have a racially different friend. Me being a Caucasian, I am most comfortable writing that. And that makes sense. If you are African American, you probably won't be writing from a Caucasian Irish perspective, right? Just because that's not what you're used to. But I'm pretty sure that the world is more diverse than white people. And I feel here is the point where people kind of cheat, because the racial exception to all of these novels and or movies is Asian. And not even full Asian, but half Asian, because apparently they still need to be white. I don't really understand why. Some very good examples of this are Harry Potter's Cho Chang, like only Asian girl. The Mortal Instruments, which I love and is dear to my heart, Magnus Bane. But he's not fully Asian, he's part Indonesian. But he's also white, and also part demon. I wonder how that works out. His DNA scans must be really screwed up. The Infernal Devices, also by Cassandra Clare, also extremely dear to my heart. Jim Carstairs, he is also half Caucasian. How easy would that be to just have a Chinese boy come from China to England? Like, how hard would that be? Why do you have to make him half white? Going back to what I said earlier, Strange Angels, that series is Graves. He is also a halfer. In the book series, Drew, the main character, makes multiple references to him being a halfer, so if you're offended by that, then you probably shouldn't read this. In Holly Black's amazing kind of like futuristic vampire novel, The Coldest Girl in Cold Town, which is one of my all-time favorite books, there is the twins Midnight and Winter. From Scott Westerfeld's Ugly series, there is Ho, no I'm not making that up, Divergent's Tori. I mean, Araya in that technically is African American, so I can't say it's completely as bad as the rest, but regardless. Kelly Armstrong's series Darkest Powers, Simon, who is also half white. Alright, that's all I can think of for now, but I'm sure there's more. There's probably a lot more. Maybe I'll make a part 2 someday. You can comment down below if you're looking for me to rant about any other YA stereotypes. And, you know, you can subscribe to my channel or not. I mean, I don't really care. I mean, it would be great if you did, but if you don't want to, like, that's cool too. But, yeah. Give me some book recommendations also. I hope some of the ones that I mentioned today will be ones that you're going to check out and put on your TBR list, which is the to be read. I had to think about that acronym way too long. Anyway, I hope you're having a nice day wherever you are, and I will see you next week. Bye!